you get like a nice piece of $600, you can't wear it more than like twice before somebody be like, oh, you always wearing that shit.
So
like, what's the point?
This is my clothes. Fuck you mean?
But I would look at
it. My name is Amaka, and this is Colorful Theories, a show where I have conversations over coloring books with some super, super dope creators. Today I have in the building with me Kairee Doty. Before the 2 million streams on his viral single, Goddamn, before all the celebrity cosigns. Hey man, this is just a guy from Tucson, Arizona. And he went from 800 followers to over like 20K, 28K. And now he's out here doing his shit. So I am really excited to have you.
Man, I'm excited to be
I'm a
here.
fan, like,
me. Thank you guys.
genuinely, like, I'm so excited.
It's crazy.
So we out here. It's Austin. It's South by Southwest weekend. We're here in a beautiful undisclosed location.
It is beautiful. I'll tell you that. This is beautiful.
But how has the city been treating you?
It's been nice. We got in, I think yesterday morning. Went straight to our venue for like sound check. Went back to the hotel. Came right back. So it was busy. I didn't get to really go around the whole city. I was kind of just locked at the venue for most of the day. But I'll say this morning, just even on the way over here, I got to see a lot of the city. And out being up here, I ain't gonna say you said something close. Man, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is my favorite part of it. The weather today is nice.
All right.
This is crazy.
I love it
out here.
Okay, so I made these coloring pages for you.
Okay.
Let's show the class. Shout out to our illustrator, Julia. You know, you got this West Coast sound, so we got some West Coast vibes
Already
here
know.
today.
Fire.
All right. So, I'm going to let you pick your colors.
Okay, let's see. Let's do.
Okay, so I like to start the show with a game called Undertones. So it's the psychology behind our favorite colors. So I must ask you, what is your favorite color?
Lately, it's been green,
Okay.
which is. Now, I feel like my whole life, I was always like, I used to ask my mom, like, Mom, what's your favorite color? She about red. I'm like, all right, my favorite color is red. Or my brother, be like, what's your favorite? He's like, blue. Blue for me then. Like, it was kind of like that. And then now I'll say, like, green has been, I like wearing green. I don't know what it is about it. But it feels right. And I feel like it matches when I have it on. I mean, I got colorful eyes. So, and I'll say my eyes are like kind of in between like a blue and green. So when I'm wearing one of those colors, that's what stands out more. So like green for me, I like wearing greens. I feel like my eyes stand out more with when they're green.
Okay. And that's your color, not anybody else's color.
My color.
Okay. Bet that. Okay. So some positive words associated with the color green. You have nature, freshness, health, prosperity, and some money, of course.
Of course.
But so since you've had this song and you essentially have a jump start into your music career, right? How is that new beginning for you? Like since you've post song, it's been like a year since that song came out. So
quick.
But how is like this new space that you're in right now?
It's interesting. So like I said, I still work to this day. So for me, I stopped doing music for probably like 2 years, from like 2022 to like 24, like right before Goddamn. And like it is therapy for me. So for me, I gave it up in a sense of like chasing it as a dream, but I always continued to write because I've been writing since I was 12 years old. So like that never stopped. When Goddamn happened, it just threw me off guard. But what the main thing that I learned from was like, dang, like I'm here and I'm present creatively and with my skill, but I'm lacking on the business end. And I think as an artist, anybody out there that's trying to be an artist, like you have to learn the business side, because at the end of the day, it don't matter what you want to do. Once you're trying to at least like whether it's trying to make profit or you're trying to grow in something, it turns into a business. It don't matter. It could be your dream. It's still a business. You have to learn how to run it. So it was so dope to be able to have that moment and that appreciation and you know what I mean, get all the eyes, but at the same time, like the reality of being behind in that area and having to like learn to navigate the industry in a time where I'm thinking like it's just gonna come to me now. You know what I mean? Like that was like a humbling experience. You know what I mean? That like okay, this even though like this moment happened overnight, it don't mean just everything's gonna change overnight. So, but it was beautiful for me. I'm somebody that loves solving problems and stuff like that. So I like my actual job too. It's like the same thing. So it's been interesting just being in this space, meeting the people that I got to meet last year from artists that I've been fans of that appreciate my work. To doing like interviews like this, meeting all types of people. Like it's just so dope to be able to live a part of my dream. You know what I mean, and get away for a little bit and be able to see my art appreciated and my words appreciated by many. So it's been dope. You know what I mean. I think we got a lot more coming, a lot more playing stuff that's gonna feel a little more cohesive and on brand and start to build like that genuine brand of somebody where you can every time you see me you kind of recognize what I'm trying to do, the vibe that I'm putting out, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Make it a little more cohesive and make sense rather than just putting out content just to put out content. You know what I mean?
On the flip side, some negative words associated with the color green. So you have sickness, envy, a little bit of immaturity.
Wow.
Since you are coming from Tucson, in the space that you're in, has there been, I guess, any evil eye that came your way before or after that you may have felt from others?
I think that's natural. I think for me the craziest thing is like the people that I've known, like in my city, like people have known me before goddamn. And the people that knew me before goddamn, they always gonna know who that person was. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for them to see after like nothing changes for those people. Whereas like if I meet the people that I meet after goddamn or that moment, you know what I mean, it's kind of like a different type of energy. But like going out, and sometimes I'll be out and if people like ask for opportunities, like I can't help everybody. And I think, and for me it's never like I try to help, but it's like you literally can't help everybody. And I think when you can't help people, sometimes it's taken as like oh, are you too good for us now type of energy. And I felt that sometimes, but I'm very secluded. Like I'm very like in my own space. I protect my own peace of mind a lot, so I don't have to deal with a lot of that stuff. Whether it was them, whether it was labels, like labels are pretty blunt when you talk to them. You know what I mean? They'll let you know like this is what we're looking for. This is why we will sign you. This is why we won't sign you. Like stuff like that. So you gotta have like thick skin in this game. So I would say like you have those moments, but for me, it's very hard to get me out of my peace of mind.
Okay. Well, that was a little game called Undertones. Thank you for playing. We're gonna move into the main segment of the show called Shades of You. So, normal interview, just ask me some questions, get to know you a little bit better. So, just take us from the beginning. You said you've been doing music 13 years. How old are you?
I'm 26.
So half your life.
Half my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how has life been for you up until this point? What even made you want to start making music?
I think what's funny is I was in 8th grade with my friend, and we were just we were in writing class, and he had wrote like some bars or something, and I wrote like the whole song of Kendrick Lamar's Rigor Mortis on paper. And he never heard him. So I'm like, hey, it's me. Like, look at this. And he literally reading through it like, oh my goodness, bro. Like, this is crazy. And I'm like really like playing the part for a little bit. Like, yeah, bro, it's hard. You know what I mean? But like after the fact, like, yeah, obviously I admitted to it. But then like just getting that, like even reading the words on paper and like, I don't know what it was, but I never stopped after that. Like I started to just write my own stuff. And it was not that it was good or anything. I think everybody has to have like a start, you know what I mean, to something. So for a while, like from 8th grade all the way to like senior year, I didn't make music, but I would write. You know what I mean? It was just write, whether it was like poetry or whatever it was. And I got pretty good at it. And then when I graduated around 17, I started making actual music, and it was awful because it was just like it's so different to just write and then to put it on beats. My problem was I already had all these verses, and I was trying to force these verses onto like
beats that
production.
didn't fit.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like I'll either speed up the verse because it's a higher BPM or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to just learn how to make music. That's learning your voice, learning cadence, learning delivery, learning your message, all that. So but I'll say one thing that I'm really thankful that I did was I just tried to get on so many different productions and styles, because for me, like, I listen to so much different type of music. So doing that, it allowed me to be like a very versatile artist and with my voice as well, and learn my voice and how I want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And it did take a long time to like find a genuine comfort zone or how I want to sound, or even a message. I remember for a long time I would write I would tell myself I don't want to write very personal because I want a lot of people to relate. So my lines would be very like general statements almost, or so some people can like I relate to it this way. So me doing all this throughout, this is like now 17 to literally like 22 years old is the same process. It's just all types of different music, hoping something hits. Let me just see what are people. I mean, nothing's really hitting. And I took a break in 2022 after I did a show, and I felt pretty confident in myself. I felt like I was a good artist in my city, and I remember like performing, and I was like a headliner, and I remember people just walk away from the stage, not because it was bad, but because they were like other artists' friends and stuff, so they were just leaving. But to me, it just made me seem like, damn, like people don't value like art or like good art the way they used to. So like, why am I sitting here putting so much time into this and losing all this money and people just don't care? So I remember I walked away, got my job. I was like, I'm taking this life now, this path. And I bought my camera during that time, and I started doing photography on the side, videography on the side, and I learned all the camera stuff for myself. And then when I got back into music around like late 2023, I knew I was just like, I just want to make like videos. I know how to film videos now. I have old songs. I think I recorded a video of like old songs like 2022 first, and it did pretty well compared to like my photography on my page. I put it on my photography page. Like the page that you guys see right now, Kairee Doty, that used to be a photography page at like 600 followers. And when those people seen, because those people also weren't like friends and family, they were all from TikTok. So when I posted my first song, a lot of those people were like, oh, you make music, like that's crazy. And they didn't even know. And I think it was polished already because I had been doing it for so long, but they're like, oh my God, this dude's just starting out and he's phenomenal. So I like tricked a lot of my followers into thinking like this is like my first piece of work or something. And then
they just forgot.
Yeah.
Or they weren't there.
They just weren't there. They weren't there they were there for photography. We thought you did photography, bro. Like, what is this? And it did a little well, and I just kept posting 3-4 videos, and the 5th video was like, goddamn. And it came out of nowhere. I was on the game with my brother. I got off work one day. I was on the game. It was probably like 9 to 10 p.m. And I had the beat, and I was playing the game. I was watching. The beat was just playing in my head for some reason. I was like, hey, I'm going to get off right quick. Give me like 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I wrote the whole song, finished the whole song, mixed the whole song. Goddamn. The next day, I hit my friend Savannah up she's a dancer in the city. I was like, bro, you want to come out and just dance? I was like, I'm just going to do like 3-4 shots, quick. Like, it's going to take like 30 minutes. We did each shot one time. I edited the videos, put it up on the ground, and the next day I woke up, they were all going crazy. And I was just like wow. Like, something you never would have thought. All the time that I put into certain stuff and projects, and to get to this point where this is something that was so effortless, and this is the thing that changed everything for me, like, I think it's ironic, you know what I mean? That somehow that's how it goes.
You talked about the reality of your life.
Yeah.
Like, you still working, we still got this 9 to 5,
Yep.
Rent is due on the 1st.
Yep.
I'm curious, like, did your coworkers know that you made music? Like, was that something that you talked about openly, or did you kind of keep that close to your chest?
It was on the low. It was on the low. There was one, so, I kind of want to give I'm a supervisor, so I got like employees that work for me. So one, and during like the end of the year is peak season for us. So I had a seasonal employee. He was a white boy too. It was crazy. I remember one day I'm like walking down my belts, and I hear him like rapping some Tyler Creator, and he going bar for bar like rapping hard, man, like unloading. I'm like, yo, bro, like. I'm like, you love hip hop, right? And I was like, I used to, and that's the only person I told, like, I used to do music. And I remember we have speakers on our belts. And he's like, I'll put some on. And I put on like some old stuff. And I remember he just looked at me. He's like, dude, like, why are you here? He's trying to be like, why are you here? And I remember I being like, dude, like, music don't make money. Like, I need money, man. Like, as much as I love music, it don't make money. He's like, man, I don't care what you talking about. Like this is what you need to be doing. And it was probably like 2 weeks later when I started like really going back into music again. It just sat with me. And then after Goddamn, it was funny because like I'm in management, so my managers couldn't know. So I was like, it was super discreet. And then one day one of my drivers comes back and he's like, I see him just dancing in his car like way down the belt. And I'm like, heck, I can't hear, but I just see him dancing. I like get closer to him, I hear Goddamn in the truck, just going crazy. And he's like, bro, Kairee Doty. He's like, bro, this is hard. And then within the like next 2 weeks, it was like all of my drivers in the building, and like everybody else, it started to just even go crazy in the building because people would find it on TikTok. You know what I mean, like in the city. So at some point, I knew my managers were like, oh, like this is probably why he missing work or whatever the hell's going on. So it's definitely but I kept it on low. I kept it on low for sure, just because I wasn't pursuing it. You know what I mean? I think it was something that I wanted to put out there, and I think I outgrew. At that time, I had outgrown like the dream of it. And I was like, I'm back to just working, so I don't even want to like allow my brain to start dreaming again almost. It's weird. But I'm glad that employee told me that. That changed everything. Like, if he didn't tell me that, I probably won't ever get back into music. You know what I mean? I just grind where I work and just try to go up in the company. But to me, now, like, I'm so grateful for that. And I hope he sees this, man. Because he knows who he is. And I'm like, yo, I thank you, bro, for real for that. You know, that's like so genuine for him to even have that belief in just a couple songs that he heard and be like, bro, like you're, like he put it back in me, like, cause I am that confident in myself, but I didn't have that no more. Like it was gone for all the reasons that it was gone. He brought that back, and I think that's dope. You know what I mean? I think that's dope. I think talking about your art or what they say, closed mouths don't get fed. I think talking, you never know. Like, I mean, you never know. So I think my assumption of people like me bringing up my music and people being like, oh, you're an artist, on a negative way, kind of made me never bring up that I was an artist. Where like now it's like, bro, I don't care. Like, this is what I do.
I seen that you had a single with Westside Boogie.
Yeah.
What was it like working with him and putting that song out and those visuals out?
Oh man, Westside Boogie was dope. He's real genuine. Like he hit me, and he was like one of the first artists to like really reach out. I think first he just like followed me, and a couple days later he was like, bro, like you hard, right? And I was just like, this is crazy. Westside Boogie's one of my favorite artists ever. And my friend in my senior year, my friend put me on to a song called I think it's Nigga Needs. Oh my goodness, I was listening to that for like a week straight, and I just been a fan of him since. So for him to hit me, I was like, yo, this is super fire, like unreal, you know what I mean? And then he gave me his number, FaceTime me, and I'm on the phone with him. And I remember like nobody's at the house when he FaceTime, so I couldn't show nobody. But I'm sitting there like trying not to like fanboy out. I'm like, hop on the phone, he right there. He like, what's up, bro? I'm like, trying cool. Man, what's up, dude? I'm chilling. I'm like, bro, this Westside Boogie on my phone right now. Like, this is crazy. And he was just like, bro, like, if you ever want to do a record, bro, like, please, like, let me know. Like, I'd love to do a record. And he's somebody that does. If you look at his page, like, he does records with a lot of like underground people, and he just tapped in to a lot of underground. And it was so dope. He sent me I sent him the record. I remember my manager at the time was like, yo, like, we already have these songs. Like, send him one of these songs. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna make something. Like, I know Westside Boogie sound, bro. I'm gonna make something that he can get on, and a message that he can like follow with. So I wrote my verse, sent it to him, and about a week later he sent it back. And it was so funny about his verses. It sounded like when he first sent the verse, it was just like raw vocals. It sounded like he was recording in like his living room with like kids running around. Like, it's like he just really like like this is how he goes about it. And I had to send it off to like some professional dude in LA to like really clean the vocals up. I'm like, damn. But his verse was crazy. I'm like, bro, like I was just hoping like, dude, please don't send me no. You know what I mean? Like, please, bro, like don't play me. Nah, he said one of my literally even one of my favorite verses I've heard from him out of all his songs. Like, I'm like, this is a crazy verse, bro. Like, and this is natural to him. So then, how the visual came about was the visual was supposed to come like way sooner. I just couldn't get out to LA, so then he came to Phoenix to perform and just hit me. He was like, bro, bro, like, I'm gonna be in Phoenix this day. Like, you wanna film the video?
Oh, that's fire.
And I was like, cool. But you know me, I don't storyboard, I don't plan on doing none of that. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna send you a location, pull up to this location, and just give me an hour, and we'll have the video done. And that's what we did. We pulled up to the side of like the Phoenix Sun Stadium. There's like a building with like stairs and stuff. And I was like, man, we gonna film right here. It probably won't even take an hour. And he was dope, man. He came, pulled up, came out. He's just following instructions. Like, whatever you want me to do, bro, I'll do it. I'm like, I'm simple, bro. You know, I just film, set the camera up. I'm gonna do slow zooms. You know what I mean? It's gonna be real easy. And it came out pretty cool. I wasn't the one filming that one. I had my friend, this guy Daniel, who does like a lot of like commercials and stuff in Tucson. And for him, he had like a lot of better equipment than me at that time. So I was like, hey man, can you help? And then his thing was like, he does a lot of like, he basically can't be creative as he wants because he's doing commercials for other people. So he was like, bro, I would love to just like tap in with you and just so I can be creative again. And he helped me with that video a lot. It also was a learning experience because he didn't really understand like my look and my visual. So I think that's also important, like as an artist, when you're trying to bring somebody that's either a cinematographer or your creative director, they have to like share your same style of how you like to be filmed. So I think that was the only thing that was a little off, that we needed a little more time to practice that. But nonetheless, I was grateful for the whole opportunity to have a visual with him. But yeah, man, he's super dope, man. I'm super grateful for that experience. The verse, I'd say that verse is nuts. That verse is nuts. Like, when I first heard it, I just remember being like, bro, like, man, I've been playing it for everybody. I remember I sent it to my friend that put me on to him. I sent it to him, and I didn't tell him like who was on the record. They just said the name of the song, and I remember he just called me like, bro, there ain't no way right now. Like, there's no way this is who I think it is. And I'm like, dude, yeah, like it's really happening, bro. Like, I'm about to be big, bro. It's just dope to finally get that exposure and have people like Westside Boogie reach out. And there's more playing. We got more in the vault. It's just I definitely think it's about strategy and timing and all that stuff matters rather than just putting stuff out. Which you learn all that after. I mean, that's where y'all learn all that.
How long did it take you to learn everything that you did? Because out of, I guess, necessity, cost saving, you gotta pick up all these skills to execute your vision the way that you want. So from like music, mixing, mastering, videography, when did you feel like you got good at each thing?
Music, probably, I would say probably 2.5 years before I was genuinely confident in my music to like show to people, play it anywhere I want. Like, I was confident in myself, but I still was self-aware. Like, I still like my own music, but I know other people might not like it. That's how I was. But when I got to a point where I was like, I think I could play this for anybody and they'll be like, this shit hard. Probably about 2.5 years in like 2019, when it came to my visuals, I did photography before videography, and to me, photography at first it was really hard because my lens was just terrible. So like I couldn't, no matter what I tried to do, I just had a bad lens. And I was like, man, this is terrible. So I finally got a good lens. It was a Sigma 18 to 35 1.8, and it was, I remember I was just looking up like cheaper lenses that had like thicker glass and that could just give you my image. You know, like Pro Mist filter, put it on it, and it just changed like the aesthetic of everything. Like every picture was like, okay, now this is how I at least see it. Like it's showing me how I see it in my head. And from there on, like doing photography, it helped me at least understand my composition and stuff like that, and where I need to place things and symmetry and stuff. So when I got back into like music, I was able to go, okay, I want to do set shots only, like static shots where the camera's not moving, especially because I film by myself a lot. So how can I make this the most interesting that I can, whether the shot is fire? Because when it's a static shot, now the shot has to be really important, or stuff has to be going on in the shot. Because nothing's moving. You can't use the camera for movement. You can't. It's simply what is in this shot. Everything in here has to mean something. Be intentional, whether it's the colors, it could be anything, but everything has to be intentional. So I would say it took me about half a year to really like figure all that out. I think the photography and the visual side came way quicker than the music. Just because I've loved movies growing up, everything, and I always like could tell when you had a cinematographer that genuinely cares in a movie, and then when you have like a generic film shot movie compared to like, oh, that movie made me feel this type of way, and it's because of how it was shot. You know what I mean? And I think once I I always had the love for it. So once I picked up a camera, it kind of translated pretty quick, and thankfully it did. Because when I got back into music, that definitely changed everything for me. I think beforehand, the reason why nothing really popped is I never had like content to really put out. Like I would literally just put out, I would drop music, put out the cover of the song,
and that's it.
And be like, yup, go like and share it, bro. And still be hating like, I can't believe y'all ain't listening. Like, what? And it's like, bro, what you expect, dude? Ain't nobody care about no damn album cover, bro. Especially if it's just some bull. I remember the worst album cover or like project cover I did. It was called a song called Dirty Floors, which is not on no platforms no more for a good reason. But it was called Dirty Floors. It was just like this, like just ratchet, just club banger song. But it was before I like had intentionality with it. So it was just like talking about nothing. And the cover of the song, I remember I took a picture of like blackness. I was like, I just want to be black, rather than even just getting something black, like a black background. So I took something, I'd like put it in my hand or something. Took a picture of black, put it in like PixArt, and put in bright yellow, Dirty Floors by Kairee Doty, and put the song out. And like put it on, and I'm like, bro, like I look back at that, and I'm like, how could you expect to ever get any type of growth or listeners from that, and you just typing boof ass letters on and stuff and putting it out, bro? Come on now. So definitely when I started doing visuals and stuff, it at least people were able to at least see my art at that point. And now it's like, okay, well if you are good and people can see it, then you have a way better chance already at growing. You know what I mean? At people supporting your work. And then, but like I said, now it's just about evolving it and seeing what's next for myself. And it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's been hard because I'm so used to filming that way. And I want to do more. I want to do more with like camera movement or, you know what I mean, sets and storyboarding like that. I want to get good at that type of stuff because that's how you can genuinely make, I feel like, way better art. But for me right now, it's just all time based. It's just how can I get this out still? How can I still operate? You know what I mean? Rather than just straight stuff or not putting out no content. You know what I mean?
Do you have any visual influences, if you will? Like, who's your Mick Jenkins of videography?
I wouldn't say I'm tapped in a sense like knowing people. As far as like my aesthetic, I mean, I don't think I'm like unique in what I enjoy. I think a lot of people enjoy like old vintage look, just like film look. I think that's probably like a big thing. So when that was like kind of popping, I just kind of fell in love with that as well. Like, damn, this looks more natural. The colors are better. You know what I mean? So, and I think people care about colors more with like film, or at least that's what they're talking about when they talk about film is the natural vibrance of how film may look. But now people aren't even like, I don't film on a film camera. You just go after and try to get like an emulation of it. But for me, I think colors are the main thing that I'm like inspired by when it comes to filming. Is your colors are how to make you feel. And I remember talking to this girl Ayana, who's a photographer in Tucson. I wish I knew her at right now. I'll shout her out, but
we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find it. But she's I remember she was I met her at a couple shows. She was like the photographer at the show. I remember I asked her when I got into photography, like, yo, like, how do you tell a message like with photography? Like, obviously with music, it's just with words, you know what I mean? But I was like, how do you do that how do you tell a story with like an image? And she was like, she's like, for me, it's all about color. Like, that's what's gonna make people feel whatever they're going to feel. It's the colors you use, you know what I mean? Like, you take a black and white photo. Like, a black and white photo might feel more serious, or usually you see black and white photos in like times of like, even like civil rights. Think about this, civil rights, there was colored photos during those times. Like, we had color. Why are they all in black and white?
Well, they're...
What's your answer to that? Didn't you?
No, because it was like they want you to think it was like a long time ago.
Yeah, like,
but it wasn't that long ago.
My bad. We got to talk about some other stuff. That's funny. But I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, but those photos make you feel like a certain way, though. You know what I mean? But also, yeah, that is right. That's like they trying to make that sense, but it was 100 years ago or something. But I think colors are so important. You know what I mean? I think that's what I'm inspired by mostly is how people use color and how people use lighting as well. I think lighting is something that is my next step of getting into. I've always been like a natural light person. And once you kind of master lighting, which is pretty hard, I think that's when you have full control of like your vision.
The last part of the show, this is outside the lines. Risky topics, hot takes, rapid fire questions, if you will. So, inspired by the second verse of Goddamn, I would like to know a few things. So you say, I might lean, I might fall. I might save, I might spend, I might ball. I might call. I might not. I might go still. Okay, so tell me about a time that you leaned, that you fell.
Dang, just one time out of all the times?
Just one time.
I might lean. I might fall. Man, I'll say, I'll keep it music. I definitely messed up. I performed in front of, or I opened up for Tink one time, back in like 2022.
Okay.
And I was performing this one record that I never performed. It was just like, I didn't have that many like club songs, and we were in a club, so I was like, I gotta bring something that's a little more upbeat. And I like didn't really listen to the song, wasn't prepared that much. I brought it in, and I literally rapped the first verse twice on the record. Messed up, was off beat, all type of stuff, and it was just horrible. And it was like actually in front of like a bigger crowd. So for me, that's that I might fall. And like, to me, that's a moment where I'm like, bro, like I didn't get no fans after that. They probably looking at me up there like, bro, this nigga was messy and unprepared. Who was that? Who was that? You know what I mean? That's how I felt. I'm like, man, I sold that one, bro. So I'm gonna get that moment to that. That's a million moments,
but that's how we learn, though.
You gotta learn.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about a time that you saved.
During COVID, all kinds of money was getting saved. I was blessed to get unemployment during COVID, right? And they were sending me all kinds of money every week. I was like, man, I'm cool. So I was just during COVID, I wasn't really spending anything. I was just stacking. So that was me. That was saving was during that time. Since then, it's been pretty hard to save. But,
gang.
yeah. I'm not a saver no more, really. But at that time, I was saving.
Oh, sure. You and me both.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time you was spending, you was balling.
Right before I came out here, to be honest with you, but I would say after COVID, the money that I saved, a lot of it went to like my equipment. You know what I mean? I was just blowing money on whether it was like cameras. I got like a gaming PC, all types of stuff. And I'm thinking like all these purchases. I'm like, okay, well if I buy this, like it can make me money at least. You know what I mean? Whether it's a camera, whether it's like my PC, I think videos on there. Like I always looked at it like I'm gonna do big purchases. Like these have to at least make me money. So it's hard. It's always been hard for me to like spend money on like clothes and stuff like that because I just feel like even if you get like a nice piece of $600, you can't wear it more than like twice before somebody be like, oh, you always wearing that shit.
So
like, what's the point?
This is my clothes. Fuck you mean?
That's how I would look at it. That's how I would look at it. But that's how the coach would be like treat people. It's like, why would you spend $600 and then people clowning you for wearing it more than once? Like, man, it's $600. I might wear this 4 times this week. That's how I feel. But nah, I think for me, it's always I'm gonna spend my money on like stuff that I feel can make me money back. You know what I mean? So I definitely blew a lot of my COVID money that I saved on my equipment. You know what I mean?
Heard you.
And still to this day, I blow all my money on equipment and just upgrade it and stuff like that. I reinvest back into myself. So, but I'm blowing. I got the reinvestment. I got to see the return now. Now it's like, okay, we spent the money. Now let's actually get this return on it. You know what I mean?
Shit, this where all my money goes.
Exactly. Invest in your craft and you start to see the rewards of it. You know what I mean? So that's where my money's going. But I be blowing. It's hard. And nowadays, you know, everything's so expensive. If you trying to save, it's not happening. So
fingers crossed to everybody. We gotta
for everybody, man. Everybody budget. I'm telling you right now, budget yourself. Budget your money, man. Know where your money going.
Tell me about a time that you ghosted.
Man, let me think. What's some funny stuff? I can say that. Let me see. I kind of want to say I ghosted my jobs. I do ghost my job a lot. Yeah, I just don't want to bring. I didn't be like, hey, we caught that interview. I come in Monday, they're like, you seen that interview, bro?
Listen, bro.
It's over, bro. So, I didn't ghosted a lot. Man. I'll say most of the times, like, which I'm a taken man now. I'm not single, but at the time when I was single, that's that. And I wrote that song when I was single. You're getting ghosted. Like, if it's like a pointless conversation or like there's no substance. Like I could tell when I'm having a conversation with somebody that's like either transactional or it's not genuine. Period. If it ain't genuine in any type of way to me, and I sense that, I'm ghosting. Even if we made plans, I don't feel like we can make plans. Tomorrow we got plans, and something happens within that, I might just be.
Why wouldn't you just say like, oh no, sorry, or like you're just gonna
It depends. It depends on why I might ghost you. You know what I mean? If it gets to that point where I'm like, yeah, because I'm the type of person, and it's kind of sometimes it's bad, but I feel like I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't know you nothing. So even if I don't give an explanation, in my head I'm like, well, I guess I ain't owe you an explanation. Could be the wrong way to go about it, but you got ghosted. That's what getting ghosted is. Don't feel getting ghosted. It's fun ghosting. It's not fun getting ghosted. So.
It's fun.
I'm
it's
the ghoster.
fun.
I'm the ghoster. It's fun ghosting.
Oh my god.
You gotta ghost people sometimes, man.
I'm terrified of you. But you know, you say you taken reformed, right?
Reformed man.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. We don't ghost no more. I'm a communicator now.
I love for you. You trained him right. Very good.
Yeah, I'm a communicator. I'm a communicator. That's funny.
All right. Can we show the class what you made today?
Oh yeah, this camera.
This one.
Oh yeah. West Coast. I was freestyling. I was gonna put a little more orange on the bottom, but I was talking and forgot to put orange on the bottom. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, but West Coast. You know what I mean? West Coast. So I love that.
It's very cohesive.
I honestly wish I wouldn't have put no orange, and I would have just stayed with the blue and green.
No, but like the orange is like a little pop.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Come on now.
Get a little different. I don't know. I take the approach of I had like a few colors. I wanted to add more. I'm just kind of no. I like yours better than mine. But
we'll put both up right now. We're gonna put in the comments. You see who's better. I'm like, see who's better. Yeah, better say me.
I will say you right now.
Nah, that's crazy.
This is great.
Disappointing.
Kairee, thank you for hanging out with us.
This was lovely. I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you. Can you tell the people where to find you and your work?
All platforms of social media. All social media is Kairee Doty, Kairee Doty on all platforms. So it's easy to find me. I'll make it real convenient for everybody. And it's a unique name, so I ain't gotta change it on every platform. So Kairee Doty on every platform.
Anything that we should be looking out for?
I am working on a new album. I don't have a date for it. It's gonna come out for sure though before I'll say May. We're gonna put it out before May. Okay. I want it to come out during the summer. I got a single that I'm probably gonna put out within the next 2 weeks called Okay. Where you guys will see the visual and stuff like that. I'm not the type to put out like the visual and teasers before the project. I kind of just drop. When I drop, you see it, it's out. You know what I mean? So as soon as you see that visual, go get it. So by the time you see the visual, the song will be out. Okay, it's a different vibe, but it's real dancey. I'll play it for y'all behind the scenes real quick. But that song is super dope. It makes me feel really good about myself. I hope it makes y'all feel good about yourself, just how I goddamn did. And yeah, a lot more vibes, a lot more visuals. Like I said, I want to evolve the art this year. You know what I mean? And really step it up. So I'm excited. I'm excited to show you. I'm excited for people that's been following, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me for real. Like it means more than anything. I got fans, and it don't even feel like fans. I'll be having conversations. I had a fan yesterday like come to me just like we chopped the whole show. And I'm like, you my friend now, because it's like I'll never view it that way. Like it don't feel real to me that somebody's like, oh man, it's like, bro, like what? Like I'm a person. Like you listen to my music, that's cool. Like we can chop it up. You want to talk about my music? Like that's how I am. Maybe if I get big to where I can't keep up with everything, this would be different. But nah, I'm real humble. I love the idea of people enjoying my work.
If nobody else is checking for you, I am. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. All right. Well, this was another episode of Colorful Theories. Make sure that you like this podcast. Make sure that you leave a comment down below. Share this podcast with a friend and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But yeah, man, we'll see you next time with some more Colorful Theories. Bye, guys. Mwah! Bye.
For the A.